Me
we
neither.
should be live now. Welcome everybody to the first game of the new year. Hope
Well,
everybody
happy
had a
New Year,
good
everybody.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah. I hope the holidays all wrapped up okay.
It was weird not playing on Friday. I haven't not done D&D on a Friday in so long.
I didn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
this is
had.
the first one we've had off in a while.
Yes, I had Friday and Saturday we missed. Ugh.
I know, and we didn't squeeze any bonuses in either. I was like, I only played one day last week. Feels sad.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, but think of how much evil you were
We
able
promise not to miss another session in 2021.
to do.
I see what you did
Okay,
there.
I'm going to go get a drink and take a puppy outside. Be right back.
Alright.
Picking up where we left off then. Dustin,
Yep.
so you wake up not in the mud anymore. Not muddy. Completely clean, head to toe, laying in a very luxurious bed, in what you can only assume is probably the master bedroom of this place.
My first question is, am I under the sheets?
You're under the sheets in fine pajamas.
Okay.
These are not your pajamas, but
Is
you're
there
wearing
anything else you need to tell me before I start?
a few things. Not much, though. You look around, it's a pretty nice room. It's a pretty sizable room.
Okay.
No.
The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm not going to uncover myself from the sheets. I'm going to struggle out of the bed and pull all the sheets off with me. That is
I'm gonna need you to make an athletics check.
great. I love fighting furniture.
No, it's more fighting like you're. So it's not even that like you have to be strong to move it. You kind of get like not being used to sheets in your current situation. You kind of knot yourself up in the sheets, and then you just kind of like fall face first onto the floor.
Yep.
As you fall face first into the floor, you don't feel the hard impact you were expecting. You feel something rather pliable, quite cool. As you just like open your eye and you see green.
Like grass?
No, you kind of pull back. It's the semi-transparent green material. It's basically it's like Jello that you can't break.
Okay.
Thin layer, like a jiggler. It's just like, but your hardwood floor is no longer that. It is green.
Okay. I'm going to finish struggling out of the sheets then. And then I'm going to immediately try to strip off the PJs.
Okay. You want to like try to like rip off the sleeves, or how are you trying to get out of this thing? It's buttoned down the front. It's a 2-piece pajama set.
It's gonna be very rough, but I was just thinking, kind of like how you take off a t-shirt.
Yeah. All right. So you're like, you just try to worm your way out, which is pretty easy. I mean, even though you're bigger, you're still not like super huge, and you kind of pull it, and you pull the top off, and you're wearing the exact same top and holding the top that you just pulled off.
I am going to pull off another one.
Infinite pajamas.
I'm going to do this for a while.
What does this sound like from down the hall? Like, are you like, no, 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 ah?
If anyone was listening, they'd probably go like, another one? No, 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 and it just get louder and louder and more like angry.
Okay. So we'll say this goes on for about a good 5 minutes. At this point, the bard is kind of roused too. It's like, the hell is that? And he kind of, Misfit, where would you be sleeping? Actually, good question. Did you sleep inside, on the porch?
Probably on the porch.
Okay. So yeah, you'd be able to see him.
The bard or
The
Dustin?
bard.
Okay.
But you can kind of, now that you're kind of waking up too, you can hear Dustin in some sort of, not urgent distress, but he sounds in distress.
After that 5 minutes, I probably would have started like looking at the furniture in the room as well.
After you pull the
Uh,
last one off,
yeah.
all the preceding ones are gone.
No, why is it magic? Why make a magic shirt? The thing I'm interested in finding is a mirror.
Okay. You find a nice one next to like a series of wardrobes, like a full body mirror.
Do you want to pass back to Misfit?
Sure.
What was the bard's name again?
Nathaniel
Philip.
Merriweather.
Daniel.
Daniel. Yes.
I'm gonna go make sure he's okay. He sounds like he's dying.
Yeah. And then you just watch him. He's like, if you need me, I'll be over. And he just like walks over to the large table and like it starts picking at some pastries.
I start heading in.
All right. You look.
I
Actually, I need Misfit to roll an investigation check for me really quick.
love that dude.
It doesn't strike Misfit odd at all that your friend who is sleeping in the mud, not but 20, 30 feet from you the night prior, is now calling you from upstairs in a place you've not ventured to yet. You kind of look around. There are 5 doors in this hallway.
Um, I would have started just like opening every single drawer and wardrobe I could, and just like leaving it open. I'm being very loud.
Oh, I know.
Dusty, are you dying?
You can kind of hear his voice, almost as if he was in the room there with you, but you can tell he's not directly there. But you can hear Misfit calling out to you.
How did I get here? Where am I?
You can hear
You're in the house? I'm gonna try and find which door he's in.
him. There's 5 doors. There's one really nice set of double doors, and then there's 4 smaller doors.
I just opened the first closest door.
Okay, so we'll say as you go in, okay, you open it up. Um, it's dark in here.
I have an important question. Do I see any doors?
You see 2 double doors.
Okay. Since I'm pretty sure I would have heard Misfit's voice coming from that way, uh, I'm going to just like shoulder charge him.
Sure. So you run. Go ahead and roll an athletics check, and Misfit roll an investigation check as you kind of look in this first room.
Can I cast dancing lights to light it up?
Sure. You kind of like flicker out a couple of lights. You look and it looks like a small cave, and you see like this really cozy pile of like different soft materials that make up this like overly sized bear bed.
It's beautiful.
And you see something kind of glistening in the corner next to like a small candle. It is the largest beehive you've ever seen, but there are no bees. And it
Kinda-
kind of has like like a larger hole where you can fit your head in through the side.
I lean my head in real far and my tail starts wagging.
It is pure perfection. You just kind of like look around. There's no like flaws to any of this honey. It's just like glistening, beautiful. Huh. Dustin, as you go to bust through the doors, you almost impact the door, and then you find yourself in the hallway on the other side of the door, no longer wearing pajamas, but wearing fine, like just merchant clothes, I would almost say. Same coloration. Purples and golds and some white.
Would that have stopped my stride at all?
Yeah, you kind of like stop and step.
Uh,
So you're like, "Ugh," and then you just kind of shake a bit.
all
You
right.
got your afternoon attire on. You're ready for your day.
I'm going to look down the hallway.
You look down the hallway. You can see like where the stairs go down. You're in the middle of this hallway of doors. So you can see like one side the hall ends, and the other side you're assuming would be the stairs you saw the day prior.
I'll just call out Misfit. Misfit.
Huh?
You hear him. You
Where are
hear
you?
an echoey
There we
voice of the misfit, with some slurping sounds.
All right. I'll go into his room.
You look and you follow the voice, and then you come into this cave.
The first thing I'm going to say is just get this off of me.
Whoa, you're looking fancy.
Get it off. Help.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like pull off the shirt again.
You go and he pulls off the shirt, and another shirt, different color, is underneath it.
Help.
I don't think
Help
clothes are
me.
supposed to do that. I start helping him take off the shirts.
You start going through and you start helping him to no avail. The more you pull off, like you even try to like rip the sleeves, and it just makes new sleeve colors underneath where you pulled it off prior.
Why? Why
I
is
And
it
then
magic?
they just kind
I
of fade away after a little bit.
I think your clothes are broken.
Help.
I just fireman pick him up over my shoulder and I hustle outside.
Oh, you pick me up? Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
All right, so you pick him up and you start running with him. As you start running, you feel your feet just kind of start to stick for a second, and it feels like you're like walking through caramel almost until you like come to a stop, still with Dustin above your head. He's not in the sticky.
Well, what's wrong?
You notice you can't see his feet. They've like gone into the floor.
I think I'm melting. Dusty, you gotta go on without me. Get the
You asked-
others.
You asked for help, and then someone picked you up and tried to run away.
I'll like climb down and start trying to pull him out of the floor, I guess.
Okay. As you go and you like reach to pull him out of the floor, like it kind of slowly lets go as you kind of pull his feet out.
What? I am like I'm at a loss for words.
This is a weird house.
At this moment, I need Serena and Lou to also roll perception checks. We'll say Marius just hears it because he's also in the house.
Perception.
Yep.
Serena, this is probably not a very comfortable, relaxing evening. Just you can't get comfortable. It's wet and muddy. Even if you try to use prestidigitation, it helps, but it doesn't quite get it all. Lou, though, you kind of come to and you look over and you kind of like, oh, where'd Dustin go?
All right, that whole conversation happened then. uh, do we see any footprints?
You go about. I mean, there's footprints. You guys were walking about here yesterday, but
Mhm.
specifically for him, roll a survival check.
Oh, actually, I have proficiency in this.
Ooh.
He kind of look around. It's harder to get the footprints just because there's so many of them.
Hmm.
But from based on where he was laying, you can kind of tell like you don't see like any indentations where like he adjusted to get up, and he was in his armor. So there should be some like heavy like
Yes.
knees or elbows in here at least to see where he got up, and there appear to be none. You
Um.
also draw your attention to the front porch where Misfit was sleeping last night,
Mhm.
and Misfit is also no longer there. But that's not surprising. He was eating in the house last night.
Yeah. Serena, it doesn't look like Destin stood up. You're muted, Techno.
Thought I was. Rip. Which either means the trickster is pulling a prank on him, or he's been abducted.
I mean, there was
She glances over toward the house.
It's the same.
So, do we go in and
Well,
get
the
them?
trickster I'm thinking of can fly. Hmm. I don't like the prospect of going in there.
All right. So, do we just leave them in there?
Hmm.
I will go in and see if everything's okay.
As you open the
But
door, go ahead.
just ask about.
Ask about.
About, you know, the room, the people in there. About, like, an area.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
All right.
I know common is not my first language, but
Don't worry. No, that's just me being stupid. And Lou will go poke his head into the main foyer.
As you open the front door,
Mhm.
you see Nathaniel sitting or standing at the bottom of the stairs, just kind of strangely looking up, like with a armful of like danishes and other pastries.
Mhm.
He's just like halfway through one. I wonder what they're up to. Oh,
Hey. What's
hey,
going
buddy.
on?
Oh, oh, you guys are upstairs still.
Yeah.
You can't see him yet.
I'm gonna. Can you see whispers to other players?
Yes,
As
I can.
Okay, I'm going to whisper something to Misfit.
All right. So, what's going on?
And he kind of, well, I'm assuming, you know, Mud Boy.
Mm, yes.
It sounded like he was in trouble up there, so, yeah, the wolf one, the dog kid. Dog kid ran up there to go make sure he's okay, and there was some screams, and I'm really not sure what's going on. It's been a while, though.
You hear a thud from upstairs.
Okay, I'm going to be going up there now.
He, like, reaches out. Do you want to... Okay, well, there. I'll be down here if you need me.
You stay safe.
He just goes back to the table. All right, Lou, you make it up the steps, and you see the two of them in the hallway.
What am I witnessing?
At this,
I
go ahead.
Is it the aftermath?
I
Or
heard
are
the
we getting
thud.
it?
Phrasing.
Wait,
Um,
wait. Okay, I threw you. How are you gonna come back and throw me though?
I didn't see that far ahead.
What? What's going on?
What if we throw each other at the same
Oh, I
time?
don't have it on this one. I only have it on the other one. I'm like, I don't know what
Oh.
you're doing.
Wait, I gotta show him. I gotta
Yeah,
show him.
because
I basically can figure it out from what I'm hearing, but
yeah. I wanted that to happen before he walked up the stairs, though.
All right.
okay, well, okay.
Yeah, that's
What is
do
that?
it.
I was like, hold on, we gotta hold on. I'm like, they're messaging somewhere. I'm like, did they go to Discord instead? Like, I don't know what's going.
Okay.
Hold on.
Do you want to turn it on?
They're being wary of stream snipers.
Or
Okay. So, hey, there's nothing wrong with that, except they only see Theris' screen. Oh God. So, who's going first is all I have to ask.
it
I will show
sounds
up
like-
afterwards.
it
No,
sounds-
you show up during. I just need to know who's going first.
I think I would be going first.
Basically, who's getting slammed into
And
Teasel?
by when you're saying going, are you the traveling object or the stationary object?
Not stationary.
Okay. Misfit, I need you to roll an athletics check.
I love this.
Oh.
Oh, I biffed it.
As you go to throw him down the hallway,
Can Dustin give Misfit guild advantage now?
Oh no.
he can technically.
Just because I want it to be funny with a bigger number, go for it.
We're really doing this. Okay.
That's better.
Bigger
Okay.
number.
The result's the same. So as you go to throw him, he's heavy until he starts to leave one of your hands, and you like try to give him that extra push. Dustin, you just glide
Oh,
like a paper airplane, but static, just on like a straight axis.
I'm going to just look
And you just
back.
kind of gently start heading towards Lou.
Yeah, I'm looking back towards Misfit as this happens. There are tears in my eyes, and I am starting to hyperventilate.
What is he? What are you thinking at this exact moment? As far as Dustin would be thinking.
Just like my mantra. Why is it always
Magic!
magic? Yeah, like I'm trying to say magic, but I'm hyperventilating too much. I can only get out.
Lou, at this point, you see him slowly gliding in your direction. He's not going super fast, but he's also like not falling to the ground.
What did you two do?
Am I going past Lou?
You're heading
will-
towards Lou at the moment. Lou, you look at him too. It almost doesn't look like Dustin for a minute because you're still not used to like his new, more meaty version of himself.
Uh-huh.
He is completely clean. He is not wearing his armor, and in its place, he's wearing like very fine tunics.
That's a second problem. Problem one is Dustin is ignoring the laws of gravity.
All right, so you're heading towards Lou. What do you do, Lou?
I'm going to try and like step to the side and kind of stop him.
Do you like wait and like grab the ankle?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
As I start to pass Lou, I'm gonna like reach out and try to like grab his shoulders.
Oh, then I will grab him as he passes then.
As you grab the arm, you just kind of fall gently. Like you fall quickly, but then like it doesn't impact as you kind of hit the ground. You just kind of tumble.
I don't want to be in here anymore.
Then go
At this point,
outside. I'll
both of
get
you
your armor.
disappear, and you are out front in the mud.
No! What?
Misfit, you are alone in the hallway still.
Oh, that's another problem. Dustin, I'll get
Wow.
your
Rita,
Throw me.
Sarita, you just hear like this sound of something heavy hitting the mud behind you.
Is Dustin in his
She'll kind
armor?
of look over.
No, Dustin is still in the fine tunics.
I'll go look for your armor.
As
Judging from the whimpering, I assume something harrowing has just happened.
You can talk to Dustin about it. I gotta go make sure Misfit isn't panicking.
without any words, I'm just gonna like keep crying and being hysterical. I'm just gonna start like pulling off the shirt again.
So you watch as Dustin begins to start undressing himself and pulling his shirt off.
Lou goes back
She's
into the.
gonna go back to looking in the cart. Dustin, are you alright?
No, it won't come off.
No, it is off.
Why
It's in
are
your
you
head.
undressing?
At this point, I'm assuming I'm like sitting down right now. I'm just gonna like fall back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you fall back, you kind of just lay in the mud. It feels comfortable for a second. It's kind of like your comfort food, but it's mud. Lou, so you
Lou-
run inside.
You lose
bard-
hurrying up. Yeah.
The bard looks back at you and he kind of like drops his pastries for a moment and kind of and he kind of keeps pointing up the stairs and then pointing back to you, then pointing up the stairs and pointing back to you.
Magic.
And he just kind of like picks the pastries up off the floor and starts eating one.
Lou
So
will
you
make
run back
sure.
up.
Yeah, make sure Misfit isn't panicking by himself.
Well, technically, he's just standing in place in the hallway right now.
I have
His
not
feet are
moved.
free.
Mm.
You just
She's
see him
stuck.
holding still. You can talk to him.
Are you okay, Misfit?
I'm gonna start sinking. Can you
No,
throw
you're-
me?
What?
Well, I started sinking, so I had to throw Dustin, and then Dustin was gonna throw me, but I
Is-
threw him too far, and now he
is
can't
Mi-
throw me.
Is Misfit stuck?
You could walk over to him if you want.
No, like is his feet in the like? Is he
No,
visibly
he's-
stuck?
He's standing flat-footed on the floor.
All right, Misfit, just come here.
I'm gonna start melting again.
No, you're not.
I take a very cautious step forward.
Take a step forward. Then what?
I look up at Lou.
Lou's like, come on.
I take another step.
See?
Yep. You've gone 2 steps closer to Lou.
There was a
Also,
really
there's
cool room.
definitely not a map.
There's a big hive in it, but there weren't any bees.
Mhm.
You kind of point as you walk back the other direction, I'm assuming.
No, I'm still taking a very careful step towards Lou.
All right. As you guys are kind of getting there, Dustin, you kind of walk back inside.
Mm-hmm.
As you walk back inside and kind of go through the doorway, you see the bard just kind of looking at you at this point. Nice tunic.
What? I look down again. Is
You
it
are
back on?
100% clean again, wearing a new tunic.
No.
All the mud is gone.
No.
Hey,
I'm just gonna start pulling it off again.
Misfit, can you hurry up and go outside?
Hey, can you teach me how to do that? Hey,
No.
guys, come check it out.
No, I'm going upstairs.
And he kind of like passes you guys heading upstairs as you guys go down.
I'm going back to the double door room. Yeah.
No, Lou's telling Misfit to go outside. Lou was gonna go look for Dustin's armor.
Okay. So you walk back with him.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys walk to the big double doors. What do you do? And
Well,
Misfit, you wait downstairs?
I have made it like 4 steps max.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
As I walked past you, because I have to walk past you, are you gonna say anything to me?
You
'Cause
were
I'm-
very easy to throw. I appreciate that about you.
Okay.
There's, are you back yet, Drew?
Okay. Lou's gonna try and hurry Misfit along by walking next to him.
Sure.
It
You
helps.
kind of give him some encouragement.
Yep.
Easily enough. Are you there, Thers?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Marius? Oh no, I didn't hear when you came back. I'm like, you
No,
should be able
yeah,
to
I've
get
been
this
here.
stuff. Yeah. So you're downstairs. So you're still in your comfy chair, with the book that you were reading the night prior. I need you to roll a perception check too. Now that you've kind of been like watching this shenanigans going on for a while now.
Said perception.
Mm-hmm.
Dice tower.
Yeah. Oh no, natural one.
No,
I love
that
it.
fits perfect because he's kind of like enjoying the comfort for a change and just enthralled with his book.
As you're sitting there reading the book, the only thing you notice, the bard who you've heard come in and out of the room several times to refill his plate, kind of calls over to you. Mr. Marius, does this food look smaller to you?
I look at what's he talking about.
All of the food on this table, still completely full of massive amounts of food, is all now miniature sized.
I would assume it's either shrunk or we've grown larger somehow. I look at like the other furniture, the doorways, fixtures in the room.
Everything else looks comparable to the size you were prior. He does kind of pat his belly, like, that could be true.
The rest of the house seems to be proportionate, so possibly the magics of the feast wearing off.
I don't know. It's pretty good though. He just kind of keeps eating more. It's
Yeah.
like a little morsel of happiness.
How long does it take to get Misfit out of the front door?
You kind of like take a step. So as you're talking to the bard, you see the two of them slowly, step by step, walking downstairs until both of you see the dining room also full of tiny foods.
Now, which direction does Misfit go? Does he go towards the tiny foods or does he go towards the door?
I do not take steps unless prompted.
All right, so to the door it is.
Wait, you're gonna go back up and throw him if he needs to be thrown, right?
Yes, I'm going back up.
Okay.
And once I get Misfit out of the front door, go watch Serena.
Perfect.
Okay.
So Marius just kind of gets to enjoy the show, snacking on the tiny foods and enjoying the books.
Yeah, Marius will see Lou just kind of facepalm and drag down as he heads back up.
Of any of those you see,
Serena?
it's just that kind of the look like up over the edge of the book, just to see that there, there was movement,
Nice.
and then it's like
Mhm.
whatever, and then back into the book.
Mhm.
Now, the book that's there is the title of it written large on the cover for anybody else to see in passing?
No, it's
Okay.
just an old book. So like the only place to find like what it is, some of the books that you'd seen around the house, they may have some, but this one's like written in on the cover. You actually have to open it up and
That's
see
fine. That's the one I was like, I was thinking of something that appeared on the table beside me. So
it. Hmm.
yeah, I just didn't. I know what it is. You told me. I just didn't know if it was a title that anyone else might see.
No, it was just more of it's like a handwritten book.
Right.
All right. So, Serena, the
Mm-hmm.
misfit. As you're outside, I'd say Dirge is actually, you haven't seen Dirge now that you think about it.
Yeah, last we knew he was a turtle in Misfit's pocket.
Misfit, check your pockets.
I pat my pocket.
Did we lose Misfit?
You lost him again.
Not again.
You need bigger pockets.
Well,
All right.
perhaps you'll be more enlightening on what's going on.
I went to go save Dustin because he was dying, and then we couldn't take the shirts off because there were more shirts underneath, and they kept changing colors,
Oh,
and then I started melting.
As he gets more heated and just like not upset, but just emotional while describing this experience they'd gone through, that rune on his head like begins to shine bright green. And you kind of sit there and you see it off to the side as he's a little bit too upset. Flying overhead, but not at you, it would seem. Your friend the Jabberwock.
Yay!
Yay.
And then we figured,
Uh,
okay, I'll just throw him. And so I did, but he kept going.
Misfit, hold up for a moment.
Uh-huh.
I want you to stop, and I want you to think about a river.
Uh-huh.
Now, picture there are fish jumping in the river.
Uh-huh.
Gonna
Close
make
my
him
eyes.
hungry.
Do you feel better?
I feel kind of hungry, but I mean, I guess.
To be keeping an eye on, said Jabberwock and Rune.
As
Do they seem to shift in color at all?
No, it seems to be like flying over you guys, but it doesn't seem like it sees you. And it just continues on the path it was going.
Huh.
Dustin,
Yeah.
as you go into your room, you reach for the handles and you pop inside like you kind of popped out prior.
Uh-huh.
What do you do?
Is the room still disheveled? Or did it fix
No,
itself?
it's a pristine, like bed is made, everything in its place.
I'm just gonna let out like a whimper of defeat. I'm just gonna look for like where the armor is.
You look at your armor; it's really clean. As you go to pick it up, it's a
Mhm.
lot lighter than you recall.
Like compared to leather armor, which is heavier.
Uh, it's comparable, but
Uh,
it feels different. It almost feels lighter, but it is more durable.
uh, I'm gonna think that's weird, and I wanna do investigation if I can.
Yeah, roll it. Other than the fact that it feels like it's probably like a good maybe it's only like a quarter of the weight that it used to be. You kind of like tap on a little bit, and it's also a lot more sturdy than it was prior.
Um,
You don't gain
yeah,
any EC, it's just a nicer armor. Same armor, just like it's been primed, we'll say.
say prime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in its
Uh,
most pristine condition that it ever was. And then light.
um, defeated. I'm going to start putting it on. I'm just going to accept that it's just weird and nothing is right. And nothing's working the way it should.
Alright, so you get dressed up in your armor. It feels as comforting as it used to. It's lacking the mud. It still does have a bit of growth and moss in certain spots, like it did prior,
Hmm.
but it is clean. You kind of look at. Do you look in the mirror? Like,
Yes.
what do you? All right,
Yes, I'm going to look in the mirror again.
all right. So you go over. You look fancy and shiny.
Who even are you? I do say that out loud.
As you say that out loud, goes, "Who am I? Who the hell are you?"
I'm going to
What are you
turn
doing in my house? Get out! And he
Yeah.
waves his hand, and the house and everything disappears about 45 seconds after the Jabberwock leaves. Sorry. For Serena. And you just watch as everyone's just standing ground level, but approximately the location they would have been.
Is Dustin
Did you?
wearing clothes still?
Dustin is in his armor, but very clean.
Blue is
Like it's shiny armor.
I said, did you see that?
See what? Dustin! I run over to him.
I look like I have seen 13 ghosts, and they were all people I knew.
As you also notice, as Misfit kind of runs over to you, there's still about a 50% glowing rune on Misfit's head.
Serena's gonna gesture Peace Lou over.
I'm gonna rub it.
Did you get the jammies off?
Get Lou a
doesn't
hut
go
over.
Oh, good question. Did I have to put my armor on over my clothes?
You put it on over the tunic. So you're not in pajamas under that armor, but you still have the tunics on.
No, I still have shirts. So many shirts.
Infinite armor padding, maybe?
Are you warm? Is it bad?
Itchy. That's the word I'll go with. Yeah, it's itchy.
All right, so all of you are currently in the clearing where this was with your damaged cart, which is a whole different thing we have to take a look at still. But the weather, for once, it's not raining. It's kind of cloudy and misty, but it's not raining.
Serena also. In a hushed tone, the Jabberwock just flew over.
Is it coming back?
It didn't seem to notice.
Okay.
Though Misfit's room was glowing quite bright. Does seem to have dulled a bit.
What are you talking?
Hmm?
What are you?
He's
speaking
never
of?
Oh,
know anything about this. Yeah.
how was your time inside?
Yeah, it was an interesting book. But what are you speaking of that had a glowing rune or flew by?
Oh,
Serena.
just an unhappy acquaintance, we'll say.
Serena.
Hmm?
He's traveling with us right now.
That's fine. There's not everybody has to be privy to everything. Just a question. By curiosity, do I still have the book, or did it disappear also?
The book is also gone now. Seems whatever magic was in place has run its course.
All right.
Also, what was this about Dustin dying?
That I don't know. You'll have to ask them. I'm gonna go try and at least fix as much of the card as I can.
All right, so whoever wants to check out the card, I'm going to need some investigation checks. Your passive perception tells you they're not great, though.
That will not be me.
The
Serena
card is
will
like
hop out and
the card's like
take
up
a
on
look
the hill,
around
right?
as well.
What is that?
Sorcery point. Using a
Oh,
sorcery
God.
point.
What did you say, Dustin?
The card's like on a hill, like we propped it to like protect from the rain, right?
No, it's on this whole area is currently flat.
Okay.
They were kind of like camped out underneath it. But basically, the 2/3 of the top of this carriage is completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
As well as some of like the undercarriage, some of basically the only thing that's physically intact is like the wheels and the axles.
Great. Yeah, I wouldn't be over
I
there.
don't think there's enough mending spells for this.
I don't think
Hey,
anyone.
Misfit,
Yeah.
do you know how to shape wood?
Yes?
Do you know how to magically shape wood?
No.
Hmm.
I whittled once though.
Quick question. What was this about Dustin dying?
I told you already.
Well, you mentioned something about pajamas and Dustin dying and the house trying to eat you and you throwing him.
Yeah.
Lou, is there something I'm missing?
I mean, yeah, when I got up there, yeah, Dustin was flying.
Oh, did you mean to say flying, Misfit?
Oh, yeah, when I threw him, he was flying.
Yeah, straight
But that
line.
was different than when he was dying.
Oh, the flying came after. Though I think I think he might be dying still.
He was dying, then he was flying. Now he's just dying again.
I don't
Dustin,
wanna
are
talk
you
about
alright?
No.
Rather
Well,
shake.
what's wrong?
Magic.
It's okay. The bad house can't put jammies on you anymore.
But what's stopping it from
Have
showing
you
up
been
somewhere
hurt?
else?
Emotionally, yes.
I don't know.
I think he was more injured emotionally.
Oh,
He also smells quite nice.
It's just um
You flop into the mud.
I'm gonna like as I'm like walking over to like help with the campsite or whatever, I'm just gonna be like muddling. And then it was another shirt. And then it was another shirt. And then it was another shirt.
Yep.
yeah, I noticed when you came out here you started stripping. Care to explain?
I took off a shirt, and then there was another shirt. So I took
Mhm.
that off, and then there was another one, and it just.
Were the shirts too tight?
They're not mine.
Oh, you have fun with this. I'm gonna go check on the cart, Serena.
Do you have a way of fixing it? Because it's not in any good shape.
I'm just checking the wheels.
Oh,
Check out
the
the wheels.
wheels look fine.
Roll another investigation check for me when you go to check the wheels.
All right. Investigation skills. I love having a 0 modifier.
You need to stop. You need to change your dice color right now.
Fucking okay.
Go
Yep.
back to light blue. Go back to light blue.
An electric blue.
So, as Serena's speaking to you, you're like kind of having this conversation where you're trying to look at the wheel, and like you move your head up, and you just black out,
Oh no.
and you fall face first in the mud, and then he stops responding to you, Serena.
Lou? He's gonna try and pull him out from under the mud.
You kind of maneuver him over, and he just
Roll
looks
him
like
over so
he's knocked out. But he's breathing, but like he's just unconscious with a face full of mud.
Here, Misfit, help me move him.
Huh?
You see him unconscious on the ground now, out of
I
nowhere.
sprint over. I'm right there. Buddy,
Here, let's
you
sit him up.
okay? Oh, not
He hit
again.
his head.
Did I hit my head?
You're still unconscious.
Fair.
What do you mean not again? And Serena's gonna check where he bashed his head, I assume.
Roll a medicine check. You're not sure what he did. The back of his head is bleeding, but it's not horrible. Like he hit his head really hard on something.
Well, it doesn't look too bad.
He kind of like starts slowly. The
I,
back of your head is on fire. Like you feel like you slammed your head into solid metal.
I very carefully check the tree line to make sure nothing is running up to come eat him. You okay, buddy?
Here's kind of come to.
Lou?
Haha, my mic was muted because I was unconscious.
I was like, I bet you he's muted.
Lou?
Yeah, what happened?
I think you hit your head on the cart.
I'm just gonna go sit in the cart then.
He watches, he goes, and he sits in the only available like spot that's actually still attached to the cart. There's like a singular seat off the bench.
This is bad.
It does have like a little overhanging half collapsed roof though that gives you like a little bit of overhead cover.
Do we have like an emergency bag that has like wood planks and nails and stuff?
I can check the bag of holding.
Most of what you grabbed from the other cart was some of the gizmos and gadgets and other things that we could find and
Mhm.
carry. All
And
the
the
rope
wheels
and
back.
like travel supplies and 2 of the wheels.
So much rope.
So much rope.
Now wait, if I tie one end of the rope off into the bag of holding, and then use it to rappel,
Oh,
Well, I don't
Yeah.
think we're realistically using the cart here.
and we only have 4 horses.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we currently have Dirge, but he can turn into small things. We
Yeah, what
have
happened
Wait, where's Dirge? Wait! Dirge!
Over here! Over here!
Oh,
You just see his head pop out. Be with you in 8 minutes. And his head goes back down in the bushes.
are you pooping?
Baby.
Yeah, he's pooping.
All right, well. Is there anything left of the cart that can be used to help? Yeah, the thing that was on the back of the paper.
You potentially could like make a new top for. I mean, it might take some time. You could potentially ride the horses. Hard to say.
No, the thing Bob wrote down.
Oh, that you don't have the components to make it, and it is not. It's a smaller object.
Yeah,
Okay.
he. So there's nothing salvageable from this broken one.
Not that you'd want to use for that. No,
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
this is more. It's nice, but it's fancy
Yeah.
nice. It's not like adventurous nice.
All right. I guess we'll be riding horses. Oh,
All right. Head count.
Speaking of heads, the back of your head is still bleeding.
is it?
Um,
I don't think Lou hasn't noticed.
The back of your neck is getting a little warm.
I would have. I'll walk over and like try to bandage it up.
Yeah. Easily over time, I'd say. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he split the back of his head open.
What did I do other than rolling that one twice in a row?
It felt like you hit something solid metal, is what it feels like, and the back of your head is on fire. So he does help patch it up. It does stop bleeding, but your head is kind of shaking a bit.
Do you tell me that, Lou?
What?
It feels like you got hit by something metal while you're investigating a wooden cart.
Yes.
All right, I'll go. Oh, that's weird. I'll take a check after at it when I'm done patching you up. So I guess I'll make an investigation check as well. Nah.
Zero.
You're like, it was where? And all of a sudden you hear clang!
It was
And then Dustin falls flat into the mud unconscious.
Dude.
Serena goes to interject. It was then probably one of the metal axes.
This cart is cursed.
Dustin? Oh boy.
At least he was wearing his helmet.
Alright, Misfit Lou, get him out of the mud.
Yes.
Oh no. I need a moment.
Yeah.
You gotta get rid of this cart.
So Misfit. Who goes to get Dustin?
I'll get him. I'll get
I'll
him.
go. He patched me up. I'll go help.
So now tell me, Misfit, what would Misfit think about this? Your friends have gone under this cart twice, and each time they do, they get knocked out. What are you thinking?
There's definitely something under this cart. And I'm
What do
gonna
you-
get
how
to
do
the
you
bottom
approach?
of it.
What do you do?
Anyone seen Penelope?
I'm Lou,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stick my head under there.
Okay. You be careful.
You hear Nathaniel call out, "No, you're too young. Not another one."
I have to know.
Investigation.
Yeah, go for it.
Come on.
Oh, please.
Oh,
Hey, 2 ones.
He rolled 2.
You look and you see and you kind of pull Dusty out, and then you kind of look underneath and you just like pop into the mud and like worm on your back to kind of look. There is a black cloth wrapped object that is strapped underneath the axle of this cart.
Oh.
we were cursed the whole time.
I'm gonna start poking at it with my stick.
Cling, cling, cling.
Do you
Metal.
see something, Misfit?
Yeah, there's something under here.
Oh god. I'm gonna do the same thing,
There's
Misfit.
actually something under there.
Can
It's
I
like a
go?
box.
Can I
No,
retrieve
it's
it?
something wrapped in black cloth.
That's a box.
You mind handing it here? If you don't wanna touch it, I can come get it.
I'm gonna reach and grab it.
It's heavy. Like it's got some weight to it.
I'm a strong young lad.
On
Give
athletics
it a
check.
shove.
Oh no, it's
Please
Mr.
roll.
Where's your
One.
clang?
Please roll. Oh,
I
it
saw
was
that-
almost
I
the
saw
one.
that one.
It was
Oh,
It was
oh.
almost the one.
It was
that would have
about
been.
to roll
Hey
the
guys,
one. It
I
was
found the
just like,
clink, 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 clink. We can't be that lucky, people. We got what we deserve, though.
Yes.
You kind of take your time, and it's like a long object. You slide it out. You unwrap it.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Oh.
Hold on, sending you a message.
Oh,
I gotta AFK
I
just a
think I
minute.
just remember what this object is.
Mhm.
oh man, my gut hurts from that.
Yeah.
Huh?
What, does Misfit pull it out before unwrapping it?
No, I would have still been like head first under the cart.
Okay.
Can someone pull me out?
Yeah, I'll help pull him out. I'll
You
try.
pull the feet up. He's
I'll
good.
try.
He's
What-
heavy, but you managed to pull.
What'd you find?
I hold it up.
What
You
is
can
it?
only hold up one at a time. There's 3 of them wrapped together.
I hold up one of them.
You watch as he kind of 2 hands up. It's one of the pieces of the gate that went missing.
Oh.
Oh my god!
They
That was what I
apparently
thought it
were
was, but-
secured underneath the bottom of your cart.
Who gave us this cart?
Lorian?
You got it from William, but
Yeah.
if you recall, a small individual did wish you farewell.
Uh, can they fit in the bag of holding, or are they too big?
I think you fit in the bag of holding.
Oh, I'm unconscious for this. Great.
No, we'll.
They'll wake you up.
I'll wake you up for that. Hey, Dustin. Rise and shine.
And you see, as you wake up, Lou is holding one of the missing pieces.
My first reaction is a violent one. I'm going to like try to tackle Lou
Wait, why?
because you're holding a piece of the gate which went missing, and it's like it's the most important holy artifact in the known universe right now.
Oh yeah, no need to explain to me. That was Lou's reaction.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You get advantage. She wasn't expecting it.
You
Oh,
take him
Um,
down to the bed.
I'm just gonna point something out to you, Dustin. I have a modifier of -1. Even if I rolled a natural 20, I couldn't beat that.
natural 20.
You would have to
Just an
roll a
auto.
natural 20.
Yeah. Go ahead, try.
I'm gonna roll acrobatics.
Oh yeah, to jump out of the way. Yeah.
Lou was not expecting this. There we go.
Yep. Into the bed you go.
Dustin,
Where'd you get that?
It was under the cart.
get off
I
of
need
him.
to believe you. Can you roll his persuasion for me?
Yes.
As this is going on,
Yeah, that's good enough.
in the distance, you hear a awkward yet familiar, terrifying screech in the sky.
Can we
And
get
as
the
you
bed?
do, the house reappears.
The thing protecting us from the Jabberwock.
About 45 seconds later, overhead, circling back this direction. The Jabberwock, however, it seems a little bit bigger than the last time you saw it.
Uh-oh.
Marius. Roll a history check with advantage, just to see how freshly you remember. You there, Thax?
I think he's AFK.
Oh, is he? Ooh,
Uh,
Mhm.
I'll at least help you back up on your feet.
So they were under the cart. That's what we hit our heads on.
Who'd you get this from again?
I'll point at the cart.
Yeah, who? What?
I had no idea they were there. Misfit found them under there.
Have you already? Well, we're not taking. Well, they don't belong here, and I don't
Mhm.
just mean they belong in the museum. They don't belong on. It's Cathis, right? Or is it Carthus?
Carthus.
Just Caras.
Yeah,
Here.
they don't belong on Caris at the very least.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Well, we can worry about returning them once we've gotten to Florin. But we're not going all the way back now.
No, of course not. No.
oh,
And
thankfully we bought the bag. This bag, make transporting them by horseback easier.
Mm-hmm.
Ow! I hit my head on that. Are they made of metal?
yes,
Uh,
I think they're. If I remember right, they're like a gold kind of thing.
Silver.
Silver. Okay.
Not
Out
actual
of
silver. but
curiosity,
silver.
is there a dent in his helmet now?
No, there is not.
You both seem to hit your head pretty hard on that.
It's not the first time I've been knocked out.
yeah, I wish I could say the same. Or I wish I couldn't say the same.
Maris, are you back?
I will back.
I don't know if theirs is back yet.
Okay.
Don't know.
I mean, seems like we're being pushed to take shelter in the house, but
No, it's circling, like it's heading back over you. It doesn't veer in your direction, though. The house just appeared before it got there.
magic. What? Magic's never consistent.
No, it is not, my friend.
Man, having 4 horses with like the 9 people we have tailing us right now, that's gonna be interesting. Cause we have Dirge, but he can go small, so he can like ride with someone without a problem. There's
Fly.
Penelope. Oh, there's 5?
No, he's a druid. Like he can turn into like a giant eagle.
Oh right, yeah, he can fly. So like, yeah.
He didn't have to be
There's
small.
there's Penelope. She's a halfling.
No.
A gnome. Yeah.
Mhm.
Then there's the bard. Is he also small?
He's a human.
Okay.
Back, Mary.
Welcome back.
So as you come back, basically they were discussing they found the missing pieces of that gate were secured to the underside of your cart. As they were discussing this, they heard a screech in the sky above, and then the house reappeared, and about 45 seconds later, that creature flew back over them again. You got a good look at it this time, Marius. Roll a history check with advantage. You're kind of like looking at it. Yeah, that's exactly what the picture looked like.
So it flew back over again?
Yeah, so you didn't see it before. It flew over your heads prior, and as it left, the house disappeared. As it came back this way, the house reappeared, and then it flew back over. But the house is currently still there for the moment.
Is that the creature you saw? You're reluctant to speak about.
Yep, that's the one.
I believe that'd be the Jabberwock, correct?
Yes.
Something like that.
That's I've read that was the book I was enthralled reading for a while. It was all about the creature. And I'll start recounting things
Oh.
that
You
I
don't
read in
say.
there and
Yeah, so
little
from
factoids.
what he'd read, a few things, first of all. Let me throw up my card. Slightly different. So, from what you were able to kind of learn from reading the book and the notes that were taken by the person who wrote it, they're extremely strong. They could fly very fast. They can climb and swim about as equally as they can run on the ground, which is a fairly normal speed. Fairly hardy. However, not the brightest creature ever. Probably doesn't do most of its own thinking. From what you learned, it looks like this is enacted and summoned as part of some sort of a curse. The interesting thing about this curse is the fact that even if this creature is destroyed, it will return again and again, getting stronger each time. One thing you did learn of great importance, basically, from the notes in here, you don't want to get too close to one of these. Listening to the babbling and the mumbling of this creature can drive you insane. So the notes say to stay back. The notes also mention the fact that this creature does regenerate.
So you're saying it can't be, it keeps returning. Is there a way to actually kill it? Was that in there?
From what you remember, it seems slashing damage helped prevent it from regenerating, but it didn't outright destroy it. The several notes of many occurrences where several adventurers or the same party in some occurrences destroyed this thing over and over. It appears there was only one occurrence of this curse that was documented where that particular one was destroyed and the curse ended. Um, it notes an artifact called the Sword of Summer.
Oh no.
Sort of what?
Summer.
Sort of summoner.
Summer. There's no
The
end.
season.
Oh, sort of summon.
Other than that, you basically know it is extremely dangerous. And it is, from all the stories you read in here, they are quite terrifying. The most terrifying fact, whoever bears its curse, it essentially always knows your presence and where you are to within a couple of miles.
So has this creature been following you?
Yes.
So one or all of you are cursed, I take it.
That is probably a safe assumption.
What did you do to gain this curse?
Hmm.
Yeah, guys.
We were less than polite to a hag.
Okay, to be fair, she had what kid we were looking for.
Yeah, we ran into some woods, saved a kid from a hag. Very mad. Very, very mad.
I mean, the kid did blow her up first.
I mean,
worst
she
of
blew
all,
me up too.
You didn't answer the door. The kid blew you
Yeah.
up, not the hag. Fair
Yeah,
point of note.
yeah.
And I forgave her. So
Well, I was asleep.
Well, I wish you luck in removing that curse, and I start walking down the street.
wait.
Hobbling with my cane. Good luck with
You're
that.
not gonna help us?
You're really gonna try to run away on a muddy road with a frail body?
Better than the
In these
thing
dangerous
that's hunting
woods?
you. The things
Well,
I've
we beat
read
it
in
the
there
first time.
may be safer.
Well, if you think you can outrun a red cap.
I have ways of traveling unseen. I don't know that
Well then, safe travels.
The bard at this point is like, you can't go. You're the only name I can remember.
well, with a Jabberwock hunting you, I don't think anyone in this company will be safe for very long.
It did this one time before, and we lived. But did we kill it?
You did.
Yes.
Are you sure?
As I told you, the stories say it keeps
I don't.
returning.
And it comes back stronger.
There's only one documented of getting rid of it.
From
I'm gonna walk over to
Fine,
Misfit
sort
and
of
start
similar.
just like rubbing his forehead.
Oh, thanks. That's real nice of you.
Have we ever heard of the Sword of Summer?
or have I ever heard of it in research of anything?
Let me see. For this one, I would say Serena can roll a history check. Marius can roll a history check. And Misfit can roll a history check.
It's an important matter. She will try very hard to recall.
Dude, summer is when you can get the best honey.
There was so much honey in that room that I didn't get to eat. What a waste.
Serena just kind of like closes her eyes and focuses for a moment.
Oh, I almost sent that in normal messaging to you.
Ooh.
He rolled better than you guys did.
Oh yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see for that.
Yeah, probably has a modifier.
Hey, I have a
This one
modifier.
has a modifier as well.
Positive modifier, you.
I might be proficient.
What? Yeah.
I mean, our highest modifier before you got here was -1.
Oh no, it was a +0.
There you go, there's.
Is that all? I don't know any like where it, tales of where it could be or anything.
No mentions of that in the book, but that was essentially what it is.
Well, you two, I'm assuming, is there a ancient temple around to your deity? I look at the druids.
Deity?
Well, say the
But-
stories tell that the weapon is a divine weapon, the god of nature. Angel.
Oh, I know that guy.
You do?
Yeah. he kind of like hobbles over to you guys. He goes, I didn't think you had a sword, though.
When you say you know him, do you mean from story or in person?
Oh no, I take care of his pets when he's gone.
What kind of pest does he have?
Oh no, you know old man Harlan. He just lives out in the woods.
Wait, Old Man Harlan?
Yeah. He's pretty ancient, right?
Jesus
I don't
Christ.
think they're talking about him.
Uh,
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have any
But he does bring about
like deities we
good
worship.
point.
I grew up in a cave, so
Hmm.
I mean, Tallulah told
Justin,
some stories, but
roll a D100 real quick.
48.
I haven't rolled above
Below
50 in a
50?
while.
So as the two druids are like trying to like recant some of the older stories they've heard, it's like, oh, when Lua always used to tell me those, I thought she was just talking about old man Harlan. You mean there's really someone called the Ancient One?
why would she talk about Old Man Harlan?
Oh no, he's really old.
I guess he's
Really
nice,
nice, too.
but yeah.
Super helpful guy. Dustin,
Yeah.
at this point, the hair on the cloak is kind of sticking straight up, but only down like the center of it.
I'll run my finger through it.
As you start rubbing your fingers through it, it slowly, you watch as the hair kind of goes back to its normal position.
What's wrong, Bruce? Something got you excited?
You named the
Bruce.
cloak.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. In case you know, if you ever find another cloak like it, then you won't get them confused.
Yeah.
I mean, we named Trevor. It's no, it wasn't Trevor. Trent. We named Trent.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's not that different.
I mean, yeah, fair.
He's gonna look over at the bard. Your new name is Fred.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think.
Excellent choice.
I don't think it
don't
works that way.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
You can't bully Daniel Derryweather that way.
Oh, sorry, Daniel.
This is the cost of a free ride, kid.
You kind of looks over at the cart. So it would seem. All right. So as the creature leaves after a couple of minutes, and you haven't heard from it or seen it in a few minutes, the house disappears again.
Speaking of cards, Dirge, can you magically shape wood?
Magically, no.
Dirge, do you remember that one story that Tallulah always told? Where the fairy turned a pumpkin into a cart?
Oh yeah, I love that
Can
one.
you do that?
That's a thing.
Can we do that?
Hold on. And
Does he
kinda
look
is
like a fairy?
Kinda.
He's thinking for a minute. Let's see.
Misfit, have you ever seen a fairy?
No.
Hmm.
I mean, there was the soup fairy.
Oh,
You're right.
hold on.
Wait,
Dirge
can
is a little bit larger than a fairy.
I saw a tooth fairy once. It looked an awful lot like Tallulah. And Dirge looks like Tallulah.
I'm just kind of nods. I can make plants that are still alive grow, but that's about it.
How about you, Penelope? You know your way around a spell?
And she just kind of looks over to you. And she'll sit there and she kind of like looks at it a second. I can make it look pretty, but it doesn't make it real.
That's worth a shot.
Well, we could stand here all day, or we could get Penelope to safe and then deal with our Jabberwock problem.
I like that idea.
Alright.
All right, we got 4 horses and 2 druids.
Marius,
How
are you wandering off, or are you hitching a ride?
He's only got about 10 feet.
We'll take you to Flora and then you can leave us there.
Yeah, say,
At least
like, have
consider
you
it
even
then.
got the cart fixed yet?
No,
It's so messed up from the red caps.
no, we need to just take the horses into town.
I was gonna say, it's like y'all are working on that. Like an hour later, I'm like a mile down the road. I haven't got very far.
You still
Doing
see
your
him go
best.
down there.
I mean, it's probably still got a floor and an axle.
But it would
It has basically just the axle and about 1/3 left of like. There's not even a full floor on it anymore.
could one horse pull it?
Okay.
You could pull it, but there wouldn't necessarily be much that you could pull on it unless you built like more to it.
Yeah.
Unless any of you wonderful wizards that we don't have creation or fabrication. Which
A
one is
little
it?
too low level for
No, I'm not gonna say
I do in another
Let's
campaign.
see.
Yeah,
There's
got both
8
of
of us and 4 horses, or possibly 7 of us. Looking to the hobbling Marius. So that means 2 people per horse.
You're
Don't
not
have
going
much
to
choice
fit
but to leave the cart here.
any furbolg on a normal size horse.
Nope.
He can be a horse.
He can be a horse.
That's what I'd say. He can be his own horse if he so desires.
Let's see. Dustin, due to his weight, probably would need his. Actually,
I could probably horseback with Marius if he would be
you
so
could hold
inclined.
one of the lighter individuals
Yeah.
because your armor is now lighter, also. Yeah. Say you could probably. So we have who's butting up. So who's on what horses?
I'll take Misfit.
I'll
Uh,
try to persuade Marius onto mine.
I can.
We don't have Misfit. Those are our horses. Those are all still missing.
No, I forgot. I named this one Misfit and I get on it.
How far out till the next town?
Misfit 2.
Alright, so guys,
You are 2
on a
days
map
out
there
from
is
Florida.
definitely not a series of squares that represent horses. Everyone pick a horse.
Did we name said horses?
What?
Wait,
I
what
mean,
map
we
are you-
can.
Hold up. I don't know what map you're on.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
don't
on that
know.
map? I'm on the world map.
Serena, do you know how to?
Yeah, no, I was on one of the squares.
I'm stuck in the casino.
You're all in different places.
No, I can't say I've really ridden a horse before. At least not. Well, as a passenger, I suppose.
Right.
Once or twice.
You've ridden a big wolf before. How much harder could it be?
Sometimes horses aren't cooperative.
I've never had that issue.
I'll ride with Serena.
All right, so you and Serena,
Fair enough.
Misfit, and who?
Are there enough horses? Or no?
Yes.
We're making it
We
work.
have to double up and so. Well, actually, we'll have to see. So Serena and Lou are on 1. Misfit, who are you riding with?
Penelope?
Penelope, and then there's 2 horses left, and there's 3 people, but Dirge can't ride a horse anyway, so it'd be 2 of you would each have your own horse. Oh, no, one he has to ride with Daniel.
Yeah. Or Daniel has to ride himself.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was
either
about
you
to say,
two can ride
there's
together, or
8 of
he can
us.
ride with one of you.
I don't think Marius can control a horse, so that's not.
He could ride Dirge.
Oh, that's true.
I think the risk is if Marius falls off a horse, I'm pretty sure he's going to break a bone.
Yeah, so he probably should be with us. Someone who can he can tie himself.
Yeah, I do
to,
not have
which would
animal
probably be Dustin.
handling, acrobatics, or athletics.
Dirge walks over to you, Marius. It would be the greatest honor of my life if you would ride me.
I
Ooh.
hope that's not a euphemism, but
And he looks back towards the other ones. Oh, you all have dirty minds. He is.
thank you.
I get it though. He's like, did I ever tell you I worked on a pirate ship once? No.
All right. He can talk while in animal form.
Okay, I'll
Mhm.
carefully climb up and try to secure myself.
All right, so they secure you on the back of the giant eagle.
You're gonna have a fun time, dude.
And he just kind of looks over you. Ah, don't worry. I've been doing this for hundreds of years. I know what I'm doing.
Hundreds?
Last one there pays the bill. And whoosh, he shoots
What
up in the
bill?
Marius over there.
In about 100
What
foot, I lose
the-
my grip and fall and die.
Now you're secured in. He's got you in there too.
We got you in a baby harness.
I'd just like to point out to everyone that these horses don't have saddles.
Yep.
Oh, ouch.
Yep. Because they're draft
Mhm.
horses, not riding horses.
Yep. This is true. Don't worry, Maurice. You're sitting on feathers. You're good. All right. So do we proceed forward?
Yes.
All right.
Serena's probably like
I don't.
princess riding
I
it.
don't trust Daniel controlling a horse by himself, so he's going to be with me, and we're
Okay.
just gonna lead an extra.
So as you guys are riding, like every so often you hear like a rhythmical tapping on the back of your armor. He like gets a little ADHD and gets a little bored and just starts like making a little beat.
Hmm. I'm not bothered.
It's like toss a no. Oh.
You're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
Oh yeah, there you go. So he just kind of keeps singing. You guys proceed forward. Who's the lead horse?
I
And
would
then do
assume
you
Lou.
also link up with Mr. Flyboy before he heads up into there?
I think he left before she could.
No, she put a link on Lou.
So you don't have any way to talk with the people who can fly over you and see?
Yep.
No.
Not at the current moment.
All right. So as you guys set out, so you guys were the lead horse, you said?
I guess.
Or
I
Dustin?
can be lead horse
Mhm.
if you want.
Yeah,
you
Misfits
guys.
knows the
Okay.
forest more. Lou just knows how to ride a horse.
I speak with the trees.
Lorax.
As you guys keep walking
Okay,
forward a
Lorax.
little bit, you feel the leaves start to kind of rustle and blow behind you a little bit.
Mm. That's not good. Can I check behind us?
Sure. Roll a perception check.
Oh no. I'm getting snacks. I'm on my mouse pad. Seems about right.
You look, and there's nothing there, and you turn back, and behind you, when you're not looking, drops a giant eagle with a frail human man atop him that buzz over all of you and just fly by low. You kind of like all fall to the ground and like duck out of the way, and the horses kind of kick up, and they keep flying on. And I'll be right back after the restroom.
All right.
Okay.
Peanut butter sandwich.
Man,
I'm getting a
fuck
peanut
you.
butter sandwich.
Bruce. I'm glad I found out how to
Who's
get
gonna
that
hear in
out.
his head?
Yeah.
Well, Dustin does already have the or does already have the fox. What do you think? Do you think he's earned an invitation?
I mean, technically, based on that mark, he is technically a member, but that's up to him once we get to the mainland.
Well, someone's first got to propose the idea to him.
I gotta remember, I'm not playing a different character. I gotta think a little different.
Oh.
I mean, I can ask once we get a little more in a safer location.
You are the most senior member here now, with the absence of Bob.
Yep.
That does make you leader of this menagerie of intrepid adventurers.
Just because
Also,
I'm
it makes you responsible for everyone.
So, quick
Which
question:
kind of troubles.
Did
Mhm.
anyone make a makeshift saddle for their journey?
No, I did not.
Dustin is all about
Serena is
feeling
sidewalking.
the pain.
Yeah, Serena's probably just sitting on Lou.
And
Fair.
if
Oh,
That also works.
if y'all got a good glimpse, if that's me on there, is like eye squinted and face like torn up in like fear, and I look like holding on for dear life.
you're the kid who
Grandpa
really didn't
on a
want to get
roller
on the
coaster.
roller coaster.
Yeah,
That's like,
and he after that he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And he tries to keep it low, and he just you kind of circle around them a little bit, just because you're so much faster than they are. But it's fairly he's got a pretty good flying about him. But you guys do
I'm
proceed forward.
sorry. I'll try
Hey,
and slow it
Dustin.
down. Oh, oopsie loop.
Who's got Doran, by the
Hey.
way?
Whoever
Just
has
to
to.
so-
If not
Penelope
Penelope,
still?
Serena would.
yeah.
Did we forget him in the?
No, we got him off the table.
We left him on the table. Dustin,
Yes, Misfit.
I have a serious question. So, I've been thinking, if you and Bob merged, does that mean you're gonna have a baby?
Misfit. That is not how babies are made.
No, think about it. You just remembered how to eat. You're discovering all sorts of new things about yourself, right? There's no way to prove you can't have a baby.
Tell you what, next time we're in an inn, I will prove to you I cannot make a baby.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Okay, okay, but just in case, I know you're good at catching birds, but I got some bees for you, just in case you needed them. And I open my shirt pocket and a couple bees fly out.
That's very kind. I have a
When I
feeling
was
that we're gonna have to
explaining,
have another sit down.
Lou, when I was explaining sex to Misfit, why did you have to bring up birds and bees?
Ah,
At this point, up in the air, Marius starts looks back to you. Huh. You made the good choice coming with me. You don't even want to know what you're missing right now.
Hopefully, you're not one of the cursed ones. That's my hope.
Oh no, they got cursed before they met me. I was the sleeping.
That's not true.
Well,
Third slam. Well,
he can
Lou
say
and,
what he will. You're not here.
Yeah.
Good, then maybe we should leave them behind.
No, I can't. The blue one's my nephew. They're an okay bunch of people once you get used to them, especially that muddy one. He's normally muddy. I don't know if he's going through like a mud identity crisis right now. He seems to not be able to decide, but he's a nice gentleman.
Their personalities aren't so much what concerns me as the curse that what hunts them.
Oh, well, don't you worry, big fella. When you're with me, you got nothing to worry about. If that thing shows up, I'll give it what's for.
How about we?
Well, the good news is it shouldn't come after us anyways. It's gonna go after Misfit. So we'll see it coming. All right. So, Misfit, as we make our way through the first part of this day, go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
Oh
Okay.
no. Ooh.
Oh,
That's not bad.
Good roll.
That's not bad at all. As you begin kind of like making your way through this part of the deep wood, you all can't help but feel you're being watched the entirety of like this first half of the day.
Mm.
You look about and you don't see anything looking at you. You just have that feeling like you're being watched from all over.
We're definitely being watched.
You don't, Marius. You're just trying to not get seasick.
Mm-hmm.
Eagle sick. Anything you guys want to do? Keep going.
Well, we don't see anything.
Not just looking around. By easy, is there anything you guys want to do?
I'm just keeping an eye out.
Lou, do you want to maybe cast your spell on me?
Oh, right, yes.
I know you said Nathaniel was ADHD
Wise mate.
kind of. What do you
Mhm.
figured out that the cloak like bites back sometimes?
Oh, you're wearing the cloak, aren't you?
I am.
Okay. So, this is even better. This just gets better and better. So about halfway through your first half of the day, you're just hearing Nathaniel like like just hitting a little beat on the back of the armor, and all of a sudden you just hear a crack.
Not his fingers.
You look
Does that
back.
sound like a
He
crack
is
of
not on the back of
bone?
your horse. It sounds like something hit a tree. And you
Oh.
look off to the side, and there's like a half cracked, like small tree that he got thrown into and like broke part of it.
What's going on back there?
What happened?
Well,
And he just kind of looks at the cloak. I fell.
yeah,
Oopsie.
you
Hmm?
you fell upwards.
Um, there was a draft,
All
and he kind
right.
of like slowly walks. And he
What are you
just
gonna?
kind of maybe I should oh
We do have that spare horse, yeah.
maybe I'll just go right on that. He just kind of gets on that one.
All right.
Are you okay?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's
Well,
good.
It's a very nice cloak
Right.
you have there. A very nice cloak indeed.
Brighten up. You look like you
Do
saw
I-
a ghost.
Do I need to insight at all for this?
No, because you can all kind of basically figure it out from what was going on. You all heard the song and the tapping, and then the tapping stopped very abruptly, and you heard the smack. He does not know that your cloak is cursed. I do not believe, or not cursed, but alive.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Seems
So
like an
he's
interesting slip up there, Nilda.
wait, who
everything's-
has Trent right now? I need to know.
Is he in the bag of holding?
I would assume
Ooh.
probably Misfit.
Not the bag of holding. The bag of holding would probably kill it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. No oxygen
Which
or
technically
CO2.
means any food placed in there would not rot.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it would stay alive.
It is not a cooling space, no.
But
Things that living organic objects that go in there do decay.
Mm.
Ooh, I know one
But
type of
isn't it
bacteria
the
that.
presence of oxygen which causes food to start going bad?
Description. There's another bag that actually can keep your food cooler. It's just a smaller bag.
Mhm.
I would like the backpack of freezing.
Huh.
That'd be a great ice cream backpack.
So Serena said Lou might, Misfit might have it.
I would
Yeah.
assume that. I feel like Misfit's the kind of person who would carry around a fern.
Is Trent small enough to fit in my front pocket?
No, he's big fur.
I will
Did
do
you
my
take him out of the
best.
fancy pot? I
Hmm?
forget.
No,
Did
he's
you
in the
leave him
pot.
in his... Yeah, okay. I was like,
He's
I know
in the
we
pot.
tracked him, but he should still be there.
Just like I could imagine Misfit relocates a lot of the stuff in his backpack to the side and just puts the pot and Trent in the backpack as like.
I just
Or
pictured
better
Trent
yet,
was riding another horse before, because no one else was riding it, and you made the bard ride with you. So I'm assuming the bard is now riding with the fern.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. I like
That's
that one.
funny.
It's funny.
No, I don't trust him with Trent.
Oh,
Trent's precious.
All right.
I'll have it
okay.
in my backpack.
Okay.
All right. So you
Sticking out the
before he gets on the horse, you're like, wait a minute, and you put Trent in your backpack. Fair enough.
I put the pot in my backpack on the top, so the fern is still sticking out.
Oh, go. Okay. So you make it awkwardly to your afternoon hour. You guys stopping for lunch, or you're riding all the way through? How fast do you want to ride too? I guess that's a good question.
We'll stop for lunch. Faster than we were with the cart. Now that we don't have to drag around the cart.
You're also carrying
But-
almost 2 people per horse.
Could we get away with a
It's still
trot?
going to be lighter than the cart.
But the cart rolls.
Yeah, but it was still all the same amount of weight.
Yes, but it is easier to pull something than it is to carry something.
True. But I mean, like, passenger-wise, it was the same amount of weight, and then there was also the weight of the cart.
I'm only worried about the horses. The cart
Yeah,
itself
no.
is actually a fairly light cart.
I'm sure the horses can carry us just fine.
I can
But
ask
not
the
at
horses.
a fast speed. They can carry you
Yeah, we're not
fine.
going max speed.
No,
I said
we are
probably
not.
a faster pace in the cart, but not like breakneck or anything.
You're
Probably somewhere.
probably on pace with your cart speed, your
Yeah.
fast cart speed.
Like the fastest we could probably go without like being in combat would be like probably a trot.
Yeah, because you are going
I mean,
for a
going
long.
along.
But as you stop for lunch, guys, stop. Is there anything specifically you want to do, or just eat? You eating good berries? What you doing? All of his mini food is gone, so Nathaniel's a little bit sad.
Louisville here in said, well, is this where you were thinking?
What was that? Where I'm
Is
thinking?
this where you were thinking? Or
Yeah.
were you thinking more of like once we got to Florin?
To do what?
Speak to Dustin?
Oh, yeah, I meant more. I was thinking more at Florin.
Uh-huh.
Right, so at this point, you would also land too for lunch. Your hair is a little bit wavy, we'll say.
More disheveled than usual.
It's been blowing in the wind for the first half of the day, so it's a bit disheveled. Yeah, it's all like
He
going to
lands
one
and the hair is still blowing in the wind about 3 miles back.
One sec. Serena.
Mhm.
As you guys are sitting down to eat, I need you to roll a perception check.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I scored a 14.
Wow, above 10.
Yeah, it's
It was really good.
I would say so.
Okay. You guys pack up lunch. You go to look about Serena.
Mm-hmm.
You like have your bag and you're kind of like jiggling around. You can't quite put your finger on it, but it feels like something is missing.
No.
oh no.
She'll unsling her bag and begin looking through it.
You look, pearls there, all of your stuff seems intact.
Everything okay, Serena?
Yeah. She'll feel around it. Make sure everything is actually there.
It feels weird. Maybe you just shoveled stuff around in your bag and it's just sitting differently.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing.
Okay.
You're like, all right then. What do you want to ride this time, fella? You want to be on the ground or you want something a little more fun?
Comfort and safety.
On the ground or in the
Whichever's
air?
convenient for you.
Comfort and safety.
I have to say it's been an experience to see things from up high.
As you get ready to go, he turns into a large, fuzzy, white, puffy ox. Nice and soft for you, big guy. Hop on up. All right, so you got your ox.
Mhm.
I spend
That's
like
what
5
my-
minutes just petting him.
He's very fluffy. All right. You guys proceed for about an hour before that feeling of being watched subsides. And as you kind of break through and you start getting into the lighter bits of the forest, a little bit more sun, less gloom and doom.
Mhm.
As the feeling subsides, Serena's going to kind of check her bag again.
Hey.
Look around. Roll an intelligence check.
What are you looking for?
As you're fuddling through, you realize you're not missing anything that was in your backpack that is yours. You are missing someone from your backpack.
The penguin has gone missing?
Your salt shaker is MIA.
Did anyone use the salt shaker to salt their food?
Thoughts, whichever. Nope. I travel with my own salt lick.
Penelope,
Oh, that's pretty smart.
I've told you. You gotta listen, kid. Hmm?
did you collect the salt shaker again?
But I do miss that little penguin. Not the little one, the little one. So cute.
So, is that a no?
No. I didn't need salt for my lunch. This young lad gave me, what do you call it again, son? A good berry.
Miss that, Dustin?
Hey, bread. You don't put salt on bread.
I didn't see
You would put
anything.
salt on anything.
Trent, did you see anything?
He
Wait,
blows in the wind.
Trent has not seen anything yet.
Daniel, did you take some salt?
Maybe I left it on the table? It was on the ground, and I picked it up. I salted my sandwich, closed my sandwich. I put the salt back where I found it.
Are you sure it was the one with the penguin in it?
Yes, because he kept saying, "Stop turning me upside down. I don't know who you are."
See, you gotta ask before you use the salt.
Didn't realize there was a
It's only
penguin in it
courteous.
when I shook the salt. It was just laying on the ground.
Well,
Oh,
you gotta go back for him.
was that recently or back at the house?
That's when we ate lunch.
All right. Yep.
It was on the ground by your horse.
Why did you put it on the ground?
That's where I found it.
No, not you.
Don't look at me.
By the horse?
Lou will turn around the horse.
I
and
try
go,
not.
Hold on tight.
Are you galloping?
Yeah.
All right, so you make it back.
Then we'll wait here for you.
Yep.
All right.
You're the guys in most danger right now.
You hear that, Nathan? We're in the most danger.
True.
Joyful.
Really
so the
regret
two of
your
you
free
ride
right
back?
now, huh?
You find the same clearing. Roll investigation checks.
A little bit of magic in it.
Oh,
Or
investigate.
actually, better instead of magic here, we'll go with guild perks on this, so
Investigation.
you can have some
Sorry.
advantage someday.
I'll give you advantage as well.
Like the guild.
All right, you cover that area. I'll cover this one.
Yep.
Hey, break. You guys scour the area. You do not find any sign of the salt shaker.
Doran,
You do, however, see near where your horse was, there are small animal tracks.
How small?
Oddly enough, you kind of look at it. Roll survival checks for me, people. Let's see.
Okay.
Or nature. Either or.
I'm better
my
in one of
survival is higher.
those. Same.
It's not an animal Misfit has turned into recently, so we're unsure.
You only know 3 animal: bear, wolf, and
It's
owl.
not one you're familiar with. You're a little bit perplexed what this might be. But it's not very large. Maybe the size of
I
like
suppose of all the times,
dog pop. But it's
all
in
the
the
times
different
not to have Misfit here.
Yeah, wasn't expecting it to be gone.
Well, we've got no choice. Let's follow the tracks.
Yep. I'll more lead the horse.
You follow it to the edge of the clearing, and the tracks disappear completely.
Are they nearby a tree?
No, like you watch, they're kind of like going through like bush, and they just stop.
scour through the bush.
Look in the bush. No tracks.
Hmm.
Nothing. However, roll an investigation check, Serena.
I'll mark down the sorcery points in a moment. I didn't click the advantage, so that'd be a 10.
Do not find the salt shaker or any tracks, but you do find a tuft of like whitish gray fur. Fluffy.
She'll grab the fur and show it to Lou. Well, our culprit is white fur.
That. Can I roll nature to know that that's probably not something that should be in a green forest?
Yeah, roll a check. You actually kind of look at it and you're almost perplexed for a minute because you look at it, but then you feel it. It feels like rabbit fur.
Rabbit?
Rabbit.
Are those rabbit tracks?
They're large rabbit tracks.
Lou looks confused and then back at the
But
The
they
prints?
don't move like a normal rabbit, which is what kind of confused you a bit.
Are they
They move like a
bipedal?
human.
Yeah.
What is that?
Animal Village.
This is rabbit fur.
Rabbit fur?
Uh-huh.
They took him back to the Animal Village.
That's not the stride of a rabbit. Or the size of one.
Could be some kind of fae.
Are there... Is there a fae for everything?
Probably.
Only when you need an excuse.
Did someone say that?
No, just me.
Okay.
These are fae enchanted woods.
I mean, you're right. So should we go in and look for him, or do we get the rest of the group?
Well, there might be a portal around here, so probably a good idea to get the rest. After all, last thing we need to do is stumble into the fae and be there for 100 years.
You'd be fine.
All right, so you guys make your way back to the party.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so as you come back, oh hey, look, they're back.
Did you find him?
He may have been taken by a large rabbit person, maybe. We'll hold up the rabbit fur. When I say large, I mean large for a rabbit.
Can I take a look at the fur?
Yeah, roll a nature check. She looks like rabbit fur.
But yeah, we're gonna need to go back and search for him.
Mm-hmm.
Am I there?
Yeah.
Who is this you keep speaking of? You lost a person or an object?
This is the man in the penguin. You've talked to him briefly.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, it's our cleric that left. He was a genie warlock / cleric, and so he had a salt shaker that was his vessel, and he got sucked into it and has been stuck inside.
Okay, I didn't know. Even knew about it.
No worries. But yeah, you typically don't see him. They keep him around. They take him out for like dinners though, because you
Okay.
can use his salt.
Yeah, I think your experience with them was you heard a voice say something to you, but you didn't roll high enough on perception to realize it was the Salt Shaker.
Okay. Can one of you two, and I point at the druid's not, and I point to my nose to sniff him out? Like a dog?
Yeah, it works. I can do that.
Dirge kind of thinks for a second.
Don't we have locate object?
I didn't prep it.
Not prepared.
That's what I'm checking right now, too. I'm like, what do I have prepared? I could conjure a bunch of animals and have them go look for them. That's a big spell, though. I could talk to animals.
I could also talk to animals.
I can also make good berries.
I cannot make good berries.
Ooh, what about that? Would that work? Ooh, if there are any... nope, there's no tracks. Gosh darn it. There's an edible form, clean drinking water.
Oh, I know what spell you're looking at. That's a good spell.
If only he were in a jar of water.
The exact opposite of a jar of water.
I don't think I have anything prepared to find him.
Well, we could do it the old-fashioned way.
What's that?
I'm gonna cast Find Familiar.
Okay.
You have the things for it.
It's different for druids. It doesn't take an hour to cast, first of all, and I don't think I
But-
need components, but it only lasts for an hour.
Interesting.
It's a druid option.
So what do you make for your hour?
I make a little blue bird.
Oh, adorable.
To make your blue bird?
It blows you
What
up.
do you
All right, little buddy. Can you help us find a friend?
You want to bring him closer to where your friend is before you have him go look for him?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
So you guys go back
Find
to
it,
where you
grab
were?
it.
Mhm.
Alright, so you're right
Yeah.
back again.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mhm.
the bird nods
We'll
at you, salutes
show
with his little
Mr.
wing, and flies to go look.
I'm also gonna wild shape into a wolf and go look as well.
You sniff
We'll
and
show
follow
them
the
what
tracks they
tracks are.
provided. The scent also ends at the edge of the clearing.
So should we
Well, that's
Throw-
not the right picture.
a little bit of
You-
caution to the wind?
Jeff did it!
I don't have my mouse right now. I've got a trackpad. I misclicked.
I didn't know you
So-
could change into other colors of tiefling.
So, did you explain the dangers of walking forward being a Fey trap at all to anybody else besides Tisalu?
Did she say anything that was warning? She just said, be in the Feywild for 100 years. Blue doesn't know the meaning of that, so I was about to enter the clearing.
Yeah, no, she didn't explain anything there.
She
Alright,
didn't explain
well-
it to Blue either.
Dustin's gonna be very like, this means this, I do this, tracks end here, but they're pointing that way, I'm walking that way.
Yeah, Lou is going to walk in with you.
So you would currently be walking north.
Okay, yep.
How far do you want to go?
500 feet.
All right. At the edge of 500 feet, go ahead and make either a perception or investigation, depending on what level of detail you're looking for and how far away.
Lou's more just kind of walking north, looking for tracks.
I'll do investigation.
You guys call
don't-
out at all, or just looking?
I'm gonna call out. How badly do I want to call out?
It's up to you.
See. I mean, do I call out and possibly scare every other small animal out of here?
Decisions.
That is up to you.
Oh boy.
Only 3 times as loud. I don't know how far a voice carries in a forest while yelling.
What do you yell out?
Just I'm calling for Dorian.
As you call it for Dorian.
Mm-hmm.
A response.
Yeah, that's fair. He's stuck in a salt shaker.
At the edge of 5 feet so far, you look around, you don't see any more tracks. It's just forest. What do you do?
Hmm. I wish I had detect magic.
Our detect magic person is also going.
I'd be
Hmm.
curious because they're walking. At any point, does Serena kind of lose connection to Lou?
No.
Hmm.
But no tracks, no scents.
Well, the last time we wandered into a forest, I got impaled with 1,000,000 needles and was immobilized. So I'm not too keen on going forward anymore.
Oh, don't worry. Lou was being noisy enough for the both of you. I'm gonna go to where the tracks disappeared.
Okay.
Welcome back, you two.
Mhm.
Any luck?
None. I'm gonna just try and figure out if it just flew off or is there some magic at play here.
An Arcana check.
Arcana. I'm gonna spend a sorcery point and re-roll that. I can't get worse than a 7. Whew.
Okay, that's better.
Double.
As you kind of sit and think on it for a minute, based on the information you remember from the Bard story, the bit of information that Marius had put in, if this place really was real and created by a wizard, it probably is hidden magically, yes. If it's such a legend. But part of you also realizes the silliness in acknowledging that that might be what this is.
Are you gonna say it's magic to anybody else, or you can keep it to yourself?
Well,
Yeah, I'll say it.
our rabbit cult.
Yeah. Wasn't Dorian left when we stopped for lunch earlier? Shouldn't he not be at the... Something might be hidden magically.
So what, we need to walk around saying "Open Sesame" everywhere we go?
That would have been really funny if that was the password.
It would have been, and that's why I wanted
Yeah.
to say it.
No.
Should I
Could
just
be
start
some
saying
kind of
tags?
dark illusion.
Friends of the Forest. I don't know.
Yeah, my magic is more
It's either that or they left this plane.
my magic is more geared towards blowing things up.
Ooh.
Yeah, your group really
How about
doesn't have
you,
any.
Penelope?
She makes an illusion of Doran. That's about as helpful as I can be.
How does anyone have a way of
Now that's
tracking
very
things
interesting.
Hmm?
So as you're sitting there, you guys hear some cracking sounds.
Oh.
Sounds of like
Sorry,
wood moving.
okay.
In front of Dustin appears an archway.
Oh.
Wow, I can't believe that worked.
And out from the archway, you see a familiar old man walk out.
Oh.
It is old man Harlan.
Hello.
I have a question. Do I recognize him?
You met him in the woods, yeah? This is the guy
Okay.
you talked to.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
where he is right now, I mean, technically it's the same woods, but you're pretty far away from where his grove was. This opens up to his grove.
What brings you all the way here?
Tending the forest? You
Oh,
called?
We called?
I wasn't looking for you, but we lost something around here. We think something
Serena
magic.
will collect the tuft of rabbit fur. Have you seen this rabbit?
He kind of looks over, you give him the fur. He kind of like puts it in his mouth and just like swishes it around. Can't say I recognize it. Not one of my friends.
It disappeared about
Hmm.
here.
And he seems to have abducted one of ours.
Forests can be quite tricky.
Yeah, we realized.
Just kind of
Well,
ponders for a second. Well, feel free to rest here for a minute. Let me. And he just kind of like walks back over towards his little makeshift like wooden tree hut.
Mm-hmm.
For a second, you like guys start to ponder. You were just walking through this area not that long ago. There is not a grove here,
Yeah, no, there isn't.
and the grove that's here looks exactly as the same as the one that was on the mountain that you saw him at last time.
How did you get that here? Isn't your grove?
My grove is the forest.
And this forest is the grove.
Ah, see, she gets it.
I just start rolling around in his grass.
It's very soft. It's like the wavy grass.
Mm.
I'm just gonna like be like staring at him, being confused.
He
That is
just
the
kind of
look.
like eyes you every so often.
Yeah.
It's like,
As-
so, how's the journey going?
Could be better.
Other than the abduction?
There's no point harm in asking. Do you know of a sword called the Sword of Summer?
No, but if you're looking for the bed of spring, I can point you in the right direction.
You know what? Why not? Which direction?
He just face palms.
Oh, he caught
Kind
you
of
in a
old,
gullible
kind
joke
of.
and you just jumped right in.
Yeah, I know.
Are you
I
sure
know.
your friend's abducted?
Yes.
Hmm. Well, we could perform a ritual to see if we can find your friend.
That'd be most helpful.
What
Mhm.
is he?
Well,
He's a penguin
mm,
and a salt
do you
shaker.
remember?
You travel with a penguin and you keep it in a salt shaker.
We're still trying to figure out
Yeah.
why he is stuck in there.
At this point, Dustin, your cloak kind of moves around a little bit. And he's like, oh, Mo dear, I couldn't agree more.
How do you
Huh?
how do you know? Huh?
He's talking to your cloak.
I know. You
The
know
cloak kind of
Bruce.
like rumbles back. Bruce.
Yes, Bruce.
And he just starts laughing hysterically. At this point, the center of the hair of the cloak goes up again.
Uh,
You get that he is very angry at his friend.
I don't think you like that, dude. You better stop laughing.
I'm sorry, Bruce.
Uh, I
He
don't.
gets a good laugh out of it.
Yeah.
Wait. You know the cloak?
Yes. I gave it to him.
You gave it to him?
Uh,
Well, that makes sense, actually.
that wasn't a. That wasn't.
Are you, finding our friend.
At this point, they're just like, oh, hey, old man. Look, we found him. They were looking for you, I think. You were
Oh.
looking for me?
No.
I'm confused.
We had questions about the Sword of Summer, but those have been answered.
Oh, I haven't heard that name in many years.
Except its whereabouts.
Well, I'm glad you found your answer.
Wait, didn't you just say you didn't know anything about it?
I mean, not where it currently is, no. But I've heard of it. Isn't that right, Modir? And you just watch as the cloak kind of like heaves a little bit.
Well, we have time for a story if you'd be willing to share what you know about the sword.
Unfortunately, I don't. But Modir can tell you
That's a
later.
shame. Wonderful.
Ow!
Hey, how?
He kind of like looks over towards Dustin. Have you learned nothing in all of this time?
Obviously not.
And he kind of looks, and as he eyeballs you again, he stops for a second. Didn't you used to be thinner?
But I'm gonna like cover myself up like I've been violated.
He got better. It's
So
a long
you've been
story.
spending all of this time eating and neglecting your training.
No, I barely eat at all.
Give you your cloak.
Like a bear.
It's a bear cloak.
All right.
Really? He just kind of like starts poking at you.
I'll flinch away, but like I won't stop him.
Strange.
It pretty much happened overnight. Kind of weird. We have been training though. We had to fight pajamas this morning.
Pajama what? What's that?
You don't like jammies, like jib jams.
And he
You're
just
talking-
kind of like looks confused. This man has probably lived in the woods his entire life. He does not know what pajamas are.
You're missing out, buddy.
All right, but the ritual to find our friend.
Oh
Mhm.
yes, and you watch at this point these 4 little creatures walk up with remnants of a potion and supplies for it. Let me get your picture. They all look slightly different, but in general, I'll just find the right kind.
While he's prepping and casting his ritual, Serena's gonna kind of take a seat and meditate.
Small little nature spirits.
Oh, like
Oh,
okay.
those are adorable.
So 4 of them bring over stuff to help with the ritual. All right. Penguin. He begins to mix it together and kind of puts it in this small, kind of like a small light tray that he fills with water and then pours the potion into. Kind of waves his hand over it. I don't sense any animals like that nearby.
It apparently was standing on 2 legs and a bit larger than a normal rabbit.
Oh, I was looking for the penguin.
Oh, it might be because he's in the salt shaker.
Mhm. And by salt shaker, how big is your penguin?
It varies from time to time.
I'm beginning to think your penguin is not a penguin at all.
He's quite small.
And he's from this plane.
Not precisely.
As far as I know.
Wrong ritual. And he kind of like knocks that one over. And he watches like 4 more of those ones and the 4 that were there before start like gathering new materials.
I mean, he's a penguin, right? He does normal penguin things. He can talk, he can fly. He wears a little hat sometimes.
You can go into a salt shaker for days on end.
It takes him a little while to gather the materials, but he finally comes out. Same setup as before, different potion, except for this time he drops a feather on the top of the water. And you watch as the feather kind of starts to spin and then dissolve as an image appears in the water.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit blurry, but go ahead and roll investigation checks for those of you who wish to look.
Misfit has been captivated by his reflection.
It's me. I
Dude,
was the
there's-
penguin the whole time.
There's a dog in there, dude.
You currently see his salt shaker sitting on what looks like a countertop. and there's a necklace sitting next to it. Looks like a bedside table, perhaps. Like in a room.
Well, that's a start, but where is that?
Marius, roll a history check with advantage on that amulet. Oh, you dropped in that one at least. You look at it. You've seen that amulet before. It is a 5-pointed star with a circle around the outside connecting them all with inscriptions on it. You can't make it out through the image. This is the same amulet that was in the book. This is the Star of Astral.
Which book?
Your research you had done prior.
Okay. And it's just an image
So
of it,
this
or looks like the actual.
It is the actual amulet. So you're currently essentially scrying on this thing right now, and you see Doran sitting next to this amulet.
Where is this that we're scrying?
We don't know.
I'm not familiar with it.
And the little penguins there, correct?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's our penguin, who has a smaller penguin, who is also in the salt shaker. It's a long story. But yeah, you see the salt shaker, you see the little penguin, and then he's sitting next to that amulet.
While I'm loath to stay with a group that cares, I see how much your friend means to you. I'll try to help you find him as best I can.
Nice.
I see no reason to be suspicious of that.
None at all. He kind of looks. I'm not certain where this is. I don't feel like it's on this plane, but
Of course
I
not.
suspect you're right.
oh, and your friend is from the elemental plane of air. In case you
Mhm.
would like to be corrected in the future.
Is he?
You will hear in his head, Doran told us that.
And who said?
Remember? And,
Oh,
hmm?
there it is. Yeah, gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah.
when did he tell us this?
Early on.
A while back, you told us he's from the elemental plane of air. He's an investigator.
I thought he was pulling our leg.
He turned into a penguin.
Of penguins?
Hey, can you
Like
tell me
that?
what plane I'm from?
Looks over at you. I suppose so. Hmm. Let me pick one.
Someone's gonna be interesting for Misfit.
I hope it's like the elemental plane of.
Cookies. Sorry.
There's too many foods to eat. The elemental plane of lots
Dinner.
of bees. The elemental plane of dinner.
Was Misfit still in wolf form, or?
Yes.
Misfit's parentage is of two different planes.
He kind of looks at you. Hmm. He kind of like rubs your forehead a little bit. You look like you're from right about here. No, not here. And he shifts your body about 3 inches. There. Yes.
What plane is this?
He just smiles and tousles your hair.
Do you know what they're saying? When she looks over to Lou.
Are you not paying attention?
Well, I can hear what he's saying, but, you know.
I get really comfortable in this specific spot.
It feels like a nice spot.
Eh,
Much better than the spot you were standing at previously.
Mhm.
it looks like Misfit's happy, and that's really all that matters. So you're saying our friend's on a different plane?
I think so. It's really hard for me to find things beyond this plane, but from all of my experience, that's what it feels like.
Any idea what plane it might be?
I don't think it's an actual plane. It feels more magical. I believe this might be a demi-plane of some sort.
Okay.
But how to get there, I'd have no idea.
Well, thank you for the help.
It's like, oh, it's
Thank
my
you.
pleasure. At least he's alive.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And probably quite safe.
Sorry,
Albeit
I
a little
couldn't-
salty.
And he just points at his nose and points to you. I like you. I wish I could be of more help, but unfortunately, outside my forest and outside this plane, there's not really much I could do to help you. But I do have some preserves and
You've
jellies
given us help.
here. You'll have to share. There's 3 for you to share. 2 of them look good. 1 looks questionable.
I'm gonna have to fight
Is
Misfit.
that because it's already in its mouth, or
No, they're in like little jars. They're like small little jars.
I'll take the questionable one.
You're gonna have to fight me for that one.
I know.
Arm wrestle.
It's got like a funky tang to it. You're not sure what it is. It's probably better that you don't know what it is.
Yeah. Arm wrestle?
If you want to arm wrestle a dog, sure.
As
Me?
he goes to kind of turn back around to the grove,
Hmm.
you guys thank him. He thanks you. And as you turn back, the grove and him are gone.
I'm gonna send you something because I
Go for
thought
it.
we were gonna leave one at a time.
What a nice old man.
Hmm.
and as Lou and Misfit are fighting over that one, Serena will collect the other 2. I'll hold on to these 2.
In Deft, I'm kidding. Yeah, Misfit can have it if he looks like he really wants it.
No, we can share it.
Okay.
I still feel like you 2 would wrestle over it
You
for
mean
no other reason than to wrestle.
True.
I mean, if Misfit starts wrestling, I will participate and lose, probably. Athletics off.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Hey,
Oh,
yeah. Hey, you only added 1. You only won by a 1.
that's 2 out of 3.
So Dustin, we'll say you kind of like go after like into the woods a little bit after you realize he disappears, and you just say that out in the
Ooh.
woods.
Yeah.
That's 2 out of 3.
Oh,
Ooh, I won one. All right,
Now-
and then the next person to get pinned wins. I call 0. There we go.
Oh. Oh. No.
Almost.
So close.
It was close though. The last one was close.
So close. So close.
You get the
If you two are done playing around, we still have a little bit of daylight before we have to find camp.
right. Misfit gets more of the questionable preserve.
Fair enough.
Yep.
All right, so you travel probably back to where you were previously, maybe a little bit further.
Since Marius is land this time, I'll say to him, "Noble of you to help us find our friend. Really
Well,
wasn't expecting that once you learned of our curse."
well, that is very concerning to me, believe me. But I can also see how much this person means to you. So you've been kind enough to me and you rescued me. The least I can.
Souls like yours are rare to find. Glad to have met someone like you.
Knowledge comes in handy now and then. Perhaps history of some area will help lead us to it.
Yes, there'll be more people in town.
No.
Penelope kind of like at this point, it's like, I haven't been home in some time. It'll be rather nice.
How long has it been?
Ooh, 3 years? I've been living the last year at the casino, and then I
Ooh.
traveled for a bit before that. Intentionally, not as a prisoner.
Oh, at the casino. Got okay.
Yeah, she helped the last group escape. She was just staying at the casino, and the last group befriended her, and she helped them get away, and then got captured in the process.
Okay. That not as bad then.
Mhm. No,
Yes.
she's just rich.
I guess it's true then. The spirit of adventure never dies with age.
Hmm. And she just kind of smiles. Don't worry, I'll miss you when you're gone.
Yeah.
When you say it like that, it makes me think that I'm going to die.
Serena just kind of chuckles.
She's a longer lived race.
Yeah,
She
not far
kinda-
off, I guess.
It's like, don't worry, you still have a long life ahead of you. If only you would have come along sooner, I would have introduced you to my daughter.
Dog?
Daughter.
Oh.
So you said dog as well.
Nope, daughter.
I assume.
we are all much more interested in being introduced to a dog.
I'd be more concerned.
I don't have a dog, but I do have pets. There's Ruby, and Rosie. I think that's about it. Those are my favorites.
We'll have to
Like
meet
the
them.
color red.
What's that?
Like the color red.
Oh, I guess so. I never thought of it that way. They were my daughter's pets.
Oh. What kind of pets are they?
It's best I show you.
Hmm?
We'll
When we get
we'll
there.
meet them when we get there.
They're not your
Right.
average pet, but they are quite special.
All this chatting is fun, but can someone help me set up stuff?
Yeah, sure, I'll help you.
All right, so you guys throw a makeshift camp together.
Mhm.
You retire for the evening. Watches. First watch, second watch. Who's doing which?
Lou will do first.
Serena will, I suppose, rest for the first hour or 4 hours of the first, and then be on the last 2 of the first and the remainder of the fourth.
I like first.
All right, first shifters, go ahead, roll your perception checks.
The final 2 hours.
All right, you guys keep watch.
Hey,
Nothing
Lou,
of major concern.
Yeah, Justin.
you could be good for an hour?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Alright, cool. We'll see you in an hour.
Ooh. Oh, he's got to do what he's got to do.
Wonder where he's off to.
I am not being sneaky. That's for sure.
He goes away for a while. This is every night, isn't it?
Yes.
Keeping it regular.
Do you think it's alright?
Define all right.
An arched eyebrow.
I mean, what? How long was he stuck in that forest, really?
I don't know. A while, I suppose?
I think it's longer than he thinks.
Okay, so what does that have to do with him wandering off?
Oh, no, I don't know anything about that, but you asked if he was all right.
I was referring to him wandering off for like an hour every night.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that or what's wrong with that.
Well, I suppose we can ask him.
Yeah, we can. You ask him when he gets back.
Yes, you get some rest.
Second watch.
And when Dustin does return. So, everything alright?
Oh yeah, everything's fine. And I'll like kind of rub at my neck a bit. Everything's fine.
So, where do you head off to every night?
Oh, just far enough away. Nothing.
Just far enough away?
Yep.
Best answer ever.
That is, wow.
Just far enough away for what?
Oh, nobody needs to see that.
At this point, Misfit, you and Dirge are probably just about waking up near
Oh.
second shift. Hey, buddy. Are you
Oh.
awake?
I think
they're talking about the birds and the bees again.
Again? Every time.
So, it's like a stress relieving thing.
No, I say come back a bit worse.
Hmm?
Just nobody needs to see
It's because he's gonna have a baby. I know it.
that.
Who do you think the mother is?
It's Bob.
Wait, so who's the dad?
It's Bob?
I'm so confused. Let's watch.
Oh.
How much harder are you gonna push?
He's no. I guess did you only start leaving before or after you got new flesh, or?
After Nathal, I started doing it. So it's been about a week.
Well, what is it that none of us need to see?
Can you roll a persuasion check for me?
Misfit, put on your earmuffs. You shouldn't hear this.
Oh, okay. Cover my ears.
Ooh, okay. Because of the second
She's
narrative,
quite charming.
because of the second narrative, I'm going to do it this way because it'll be way funnier for them. I'm gonna start undoing the latches to my chest armor.
Should we go somewhere else?
At this point, you just look over and Dur just got his earmuffs on too. He's got his little hands up and his eyes are just closed.
So
boy.
as I remove my chest piece, I'll turn around. Do you see a bunch of like really fresh lashes on my back? And some of them seem like they're like starting to scab a little bit, but it's like I'm not going easy on myself. See, no one needs to see this.
Oh, he must have met Kara. I've seen her do that to people.
Guess I'm mostly curious about
Who?
why you're doing this.
Oh, my ship's second mate.
Repentance.
Repentance?
Repentance. Everybody has their own way of
What are
doing it.
you
Well,
and what are you repenting for?
the divine gate is broken and I wasn't there to do anything about it. What greater sin could there be?
Were you charged with protecting it?
I don't remember, but I know it wasn't
If not,
broken and now it is, and I'm a holy man, and I didn't know that.
if you were not charged with it, it was not exactly your responsibility.
Something of that great import going wrong. It's hard to believe it wasn't everyone's responsibility. I'm gonna start putting my armor back on.
Can I open my eyes yet?
He's still got his eyes and ears closed too. After
You're
about 15
both-
minutes, you guys figure it out.
Both standing there with your eyes and ears covered.
Well, perhaps in time you'll learn to kind of come to terms with your demons and face them head on.
Yes, that's what the repentance is for.
That sounds more like punishment, but
Maybe to an outsider. You never struck me as a holy woman yourself.
you might be surprised. But anyway,
Alright, I'm gonna go.
you should get some rest as well.
Oh, yeah.
All right, second shifters. Perception. Are you doing second shift, Marius?
Oh, that was one.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, it already rolled.
I see.
That
Oh, was that
rolled
check?
out onto a 15. Stopped, and then was just like, nah, and then turned to a 3.
Nice.
Serena and Misfit. As you guys kind of chit chat and perform out the last part of the watch, about 2 hours in, you see someone walking strangely up the path in your guys' direction towards your camp. Maybe about 100 feet away. They have like
You
a
say
weird
they're
gait.
walking strangely. What
They stagger a bit.
do you mean, like they're?
They're just staggering.
You said they're about 100 feet away. Hmm.
Do you think dwarf babies have beards when they hatch, or do they grow after?
They hatch.
Okay, apparently we did not learn very much from our last talk. We'll deal with that in a moment. And she'll tap him on the shoulder and gesture toward the hobbling individual
Oh.
as well while standing up.
What?
And it slowly continues staggering in your direction. Kind of like moves left
Serena,
to right a little bit just as it tries to keep its balance.
Serena will move forward a bit to get
we'll
a better look at
approach.
them.
As you get closer, roll perception checks, both of you, just as you try to like make out the details of this one. It's not super. Oh god, that's an out one.
A pair. Hold on.
Serena, it just looks like a
a
drunken
pair.
guy possibly walking down the path. Misfit though, he's got a bad smell about him.
Must be someone from the Third Eye place. Drank a bit too much and wandered down the path.
Oh,
This
there's
is coming from in front of you. This is coming east to west.
something up with this guy.
Smells like rotten
Hmm?
foot.
Like?
Smells like a corpse.
Smells like a corpse. Are you certain?
Is he still coming towards us?
He's probably about 30 feet away, but like he kind of slows down once he gets to about 30 feet. Marius, at this point, you kind of shuffle to, and you see this individual. Actually, you don't need to roll in for that. It's just standing there about 30 feet away from you. It kind of like hobbles back and forth a bit, and then it does this very over elaborate bow, and like its bottom jaw falls off.
Serena's gonna position herself behind Misfit, just in case this thing decides to say vomit forth something.
It's a polite corpse.
So it'll
I
hit
bow back.
Misfit first.
And it kind of like shuffles another 5 feet
Alright.
forward.
Being controlled. She'll start glancing around to try and find the puppet master.
Sure, roll perception check.
Hello, mister. Can I help you?
Will continue to sleep.
I got no teeth.
It's kind of hard to hear you. Are you
Misfit,
okay?
be careful.
He
It's
just kind of like
probably not.
starts looking at all of you. He looks over at you, Serena. Kind of like a dull, like glazed over stare. And then he kind of looks at Marius.
Oh, maybe they're friends.
Do I
then
understand
you-
or know why?
And then it just kind of walks in like a little bit closer to Marius.
Seems to have a fascination with you. We should probably get the others. I'm sure Serena's probably heard rumors of things like zombies before.
You guys would have seen some zombies in your time.
Okay. Where there's
It's
one,
kinda
there's
like-
bound to be more.
It looks kind of like Dustin when we first found him.
I'm sure he'd be offended.
I'm asleep for this whole thing, I'm assuming.
Unless they wake you up.
Yeah.
But he's like moving 5 feet at a time towards Marius at the moment.
I'm just gonna give a couple of rolls here. Oh, okay. Serena's going to do a auditory minor illusion beside both Dustin and Tisalu. One at a time, I guess. Lou first, followed by Dustin. And it's just gonna be Misfit's voice whispering in their ear, "Hey guys, wake up!"
Misfit, go back to sleep.
I didn't hear it.
I told Misfit to go back to sleep. It wasn't, it wasn't in danger. It was just Misfit like, oh, I want to play. It's late. I'm up.
I've got zoomies.
I'm sleeping, and I just don't wake up.
As it gets about 10 feet in front of you, Marius, it kind of stops again. And then it snaps its own neck and falls flat to the ground.
The fuck?
Man, if only it didn't lose its jaw.
Anybody know what?
Serena's gonna be kind of like covering her nose and mouth with her cloak and keeping a healthy distance away from the corpse.
Anybody know what the hell that was?
I think it was
Whatever it
trying
is,
to,
it seemed fun to do.
it was trying to talk to you.
What all that?
Yeah. I mean, he didn't have a jaw, so
He was
Kinda
nice, though.
hard.
He did bow.
Well, I'm
Oh, he
somewhat surprised for
Technically at Misfit.
fastidious.
and I bowed back.
I'm somewhat surprised. A studious individual such as yourself, afraid of a curse, but not afraid of a zombie.
With the current company I'm in, I'm assuming that someone would have intervened before it got here.
I'm gonna go through his stuff.
Now, Misfit,
Too late.
you don't know where it's been.
That's never
Go get the others.
stopped him before.
And it's not
I
as
just-
if I
I
could
look at
outrun
you.
the thing.
And then I look back at the guy and I go through his stuff really quick.
Sure. Roll an investigation.
Misfit,
As you go through situational, Dustin. Depends on the area. No more than any other world, I'd say. Yeah, unfortunately, Misfit. Hard to say.
Can I take one of his toes?
Would you like one of his toes?
I need it. For reasons.
Okay.
I need to make a perception check now.
You hear a snap and a crack,
Misfit.
and a popping sound as the toe comes off.
I look back at Serena, and I put something in my pocket, and then I go scamper off to wake the others.
Misfit, what
Uh,
did you just put in your pocket?
I appreciate you, Misfit.
Dead man's toe.
Serena, I promise, it's totally normal.
Misfit, what did you put in your pocket?
He's gone.
It's not gone that far.
He's like 5 feet away. Nope, I've gone too far.
Are they so noisy? It's.
Lou, wake up, there's a dead guy!
There is a dead guy with no bottom jaw.
What happened? Was this why you tried to wake me up earlier?
Oh no, this is the first time I tried to wake you up. You must have been dreaming.
Yeah, okay. Why is there a dead guy here?
I have no idea.
Ask him about what he just put in his
Check out the
pocket.
body too. After Misfit. Actually, is anyone good with bodies or medicine?
I'm good with medicine.
Serena's not
I-
going near that body.
Hey, Misfit, what you put in your pocket earlier?
Do you want to see?
Sure.
I show him the toe.
Why do you
Well,
have that?
investigation check on the toe.
I'm saving
For what?
for later.
Okay, is that is not going in your mouth, okay?
No, it's going into my pocket.
Make an
So
investigation check on the toe.
investigation.
You look at the toe, it's kind of gross. Like it smells obviously like a rotted toe, but half of it's like covered in black. Like the skin itself around the toe is black.
Like not normal rotting though.
Not the area that's black. It seems slightly different.
Misfit, that's doesn't look healthy.
I mean, yeah, it was on a dead guy.
Okay, wait. Who killed him?
I think he was already dead when he walked up.
Oh, okay. It's a zombie. Okay, undead.
Misfit,
Come on, come on.
put it back.
Then it also snapped its own.
I'm sorry. What?
First, it appeared
Okay,
to be
miss-
some drunkard of some sort stumbling across the path. Then it seemed to take interest in me, bowed, came closer, and then snapped its own neck.
And Misfit, we're putting that back. It doesn't belong to you.
Well, he doesn't need it anymore.
Misfit,
Are you sure? What if he
remember
gets
the
up again?
words. Remember your lessons, Misfit.
Misfit, you remember when you ate that nut and had problems?
This is not a nut.
It might still be a problem.
Misfit, remember he was
Go put
walking.
it back.
I don't
You
think
don't know where he's
Serena.
been.
Yeah, Serena doesn't know what it is.
Well, I mean, fair.
But Misfit, remember he walked here by himself when he was dead. What if he gets back up and needs it?
Oh, you're right. He might
Put
get
it
up
back.
again.
Well, so let's go put it back and go get Dustin. I think he might be better at this.
I think if someone stole my toe while I was sleeping, I'd be kind of upset too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give him his toe back.
I'll
You go and
go.
return the toe.
I'll go
until
wake
it's
up.
come in useful 100 sessions later.
Yeah, probably, but
Ah, I bring out the toe of so and so. That
I'll
toe
go-
belongs to the old king. No.
I'll go wake up Dustin. Hey, Dustin, we have a no longer alive undead.
What? I'll pick myself up.
Yeah, I think undead walked into camp and is no longer moving, but we'd like to see what's up with that. Are you familiar with them?
I didn't have to deal with them too much, but like, just one?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
trust that either, but I'll look around.
All right. Anything? All right. I will examine the body.
All right, now that you actually go to examine it and not roll a 3, a few interesting things. This body is covered in black marks, and it's missing a left hand.
Are the black marks legible?
No.
Are they sticky?
You want to touch one?
It's also
Yeah.
missing a toe.
It's also missing a toe, correct.
The toe's laying next to it.
You poke one of the black spots.
Yeah.
It isn't squishy, it's this flesh, but as you poke at it, it grows on the flesh slightly.
Like the area that expands.
Like the black kind of expands a little bit.
Weird. I'm gonna like choose one spot and I'm just gonna poke it a lot.
Yep. Keep
Uh,
poking it.
You ever see anything do this before?
Do what?
Have I read anything about
Look.
that? What it looks like? Or what's
I'm
happening?
not going near that thing.
Marius will check it out.
Serena has her arms crossed and looking upset at Misfit.
I've
Or
seen a
toward Misfit.
mold, like a kind of mold before that gets real goopy, but oh, this is weird.
It's not even sticky.
I think that's more than medical. That's, I think, a curse of some kind. Probably burn.
Yeah, it'll take too long to build a grave for it anyway. I'll take care of it. Don't trouble yourself.
Oh, I got it.
You can help me get the wood, but I'll take care of the burning. I don't think you've ever had to perform a funeral before.
No, I don't normally do those. I mean, I do them different.
Mm-hmm.
But I can do fire.
Yeah, you can light it, but you don't need to stay longer than that.
Okay.
And seeing Christopher Fire, dear friend, the drunken road walker.
Yeah.
All right. Do you say any words, Mister? Or do you just light him up?
I put his toe in his hand. I'm sorry about your toe. I hope you don't need it. If you do, you have it.
Gosh, now I need to think of something profound on the spot. As the corpse is burning, I'll recite a prayer along the lines of, like, soul brought back to inhabit this body that may not be yours, may you find peace again in the afterlife. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Just like respectful of someone who unwillingly became an undead.
Easy enough to do. You guys watch as it slowly starts to catch fire a little bit.
Oh yeah, I also am assuming, because you might try to pull this on us, we did pick up the jaw too.
It's okay.
I don't want that coming back to bite us, so I felt the need to say it.
It's only half a jaw. I can't bite you, don't worry.
You can only do half of it.
All right. As you watch it slowly burns, that's where we'll stop for tonight.
Cool.
All
We're
right.
only one day away. We're finally there.
Finally there.
Yeah.
So close. Yeah, so what are you going to do about your penguin?
Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.
Night, everybody.
Thank
That's
you.
right,
Good night.
everyone.
Very good question.